Now, what does light do? It's about amplifying aspects of the society and other things that we should be aware of. Guess what? This is the Light TV show. And I'm Ife Aron Wokafo, welcoming you specially to today's edition of the program. Let's talk about security. The security of life and property of the citizens is a basic responsibility of government across the world. And in Nigeria, we have this provision enshrined in the Constitution. Today, we'll take a look at how the Nigerian government in the present dispensation has fared in delivering on this mandate. I'm joined on stage with people who should know and who should lend their thoughts to this very critical conversation. I have with me Rotarian Kanayo Obidibo. He is Rotary President, District 9142. It's good to have you, sir, on the program.
Thank you for having me.
I also have with me a legal practitioner and as well a lecturer at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Anambra State, that is COOU. Barrister Mike Nalwe, it's good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Now, let's start with you, Barrister. Conceptualize neighborhood security, and of course, you're not a security personnel, but I'm sure that by your profession, you can tell us what neighborhood security is all about. Please do.
Well, thank you so much. I think we are lumping two things together here.
Yes, please.
We are talking about neighborhood and we are talking about security. Now, we want to isolate the two so that we can have better understanding of what security is, at least from the point of view of law. When you look at the current constitution that we have, which is 1999 constitution, if you look at especially the general provision, which is like when you go to section 5, subsection 5(1) of 1999 constitution, it says that the president of this country, in collaboration with the Defense Council, can actually call for a kind of a military combat, especially when they see that the boundary or the environment called Nigeria, the national boundary, is under a threat. In other words, what that part of the Constitution is trying to say is that the president has an onerous duty to call for a kind of a combat action to ensure that the country in which he is the president is not under threat. And if you go further to look at what is built on the general provision under section 14 sub 1 of the same 1999 constitution as amended, it says that the country has an onerous duty to protect and to secure the environment. So what are these two provisions talking about? They are saying that there is a kind of general duty on the part of the state and on the part of the government to protect the lives and the environment.
Now, let's bring, that's the legal angle to this. Let's bring in Rotarian Kanayo into this. We're talking about safety now, and Anambra State is said to be the safest state in Nigeria. How would you assess the state of security as, an individual?
Well, thank you. It is very important for us to know in this country that the state, which is in quotes the presidency, it has a mandate, our mandate as a social contract, to make sure that every Nigerian is secured, and properties of every Nigerian is secured. Okay, and as it reflects in Anambra State, for some time we all witnessed the kind of insecurity that was prevalent in Anambra State. And the state, when I'm not talking about the state, I'm talking about the state government, now took it upon themselves. Because when you look at the provisions, when you look at the appropriation, you find out that there are security votes meant for governors to secure the state. Even the security will trickle down to even the local government level. So, and these funds were actually meant for us to be secured. In most cases, you find out that the governor provide vehicles, the ones they call the smart cars, and then provide gadgets for policemen to be reached. But at the end of the day, even with the technological era, you find out that you can't even reach the police. In most countries, when you push the button 911, police all over the places are hooked up. And then they will be able to locate where there's a crime at any given time. So in Nigerian context, and I'm bringing it down to Anambra State, the police has not actually helped us in communication. Communication in the sense that when there's a crime and you call, there's no proper or regular line where you can hit it and the police is all over the places.
Okay, if I get you correctly, you're saying that the government has made provision, especially as we see it in Anambra State, that the police should match that with action.
That's right.
But I do know that the Anambra State Police Force has gone ahead to provide numbers. Even some people have numbers of the CP, that is the Commissioner of Police, that they can reach him directly. Or are you essentially saying that we need short codes, that someone can quickly maybe memorize? Or
No, listen, one thing is to get the police notified for a commission of crime somewhere. Another thing is their response time.
Okay.
You see, in most cases, you find out that police is not having a fuel in their vehicles, or the patrol vans are not even static. They are just standing at a place. They are not actually mobile. So police should be mobile. Police should have a response time, because if crime is being committed and there was no response time, they get away with it. So it's as good as nothing. So.
Okay, let me come back to you, Barrister. We're also talking of incidents of court clashes around the city and in other parts of the state. What's your take on, the extent to which action have been taken to curb this menace?
Well, the idea of court activism in the state is a dysfunctional behavior among the youth. And the reason why it is like that is because of the social environment, the social condition they find themselves. And of course, given the fact that this has happened, the police has not been able to really identify the causes of this courtism. Because usually courtism is something that actually has not been given a proper definition, because courtism have now been spread into different areas, especially if you look at even Keke Napep, they are practicing courtism. Courtism is in university, it's in secondary school, and in fact it's in other facets of life. So what we are saying now is that courtism has eaten into the fabrics of the society, because the police have not been able to show enough concern in engaging with this courtism.
But we hear of arrests. I get messages on WhatsApp all the time about people who've been arrested, cultists and all of that. Isn't that enough? Isn't that an indication that something is being done?
Well, we're not saying that nothing has been done, but the issue is that to what extent have they been able to be brought to book? Because you find out that sometimes, people are brought to the police station on one offense or the other. At the end of the day, you will still see that same person moving walking free as a free person on the street. And for instance, if somebody has actually threatened your life as a cultist, and you have reported the matter to the police, the person has been arrested. You understand? And tomorrow you see that same person on the street. What do you think that you will do as a human being? Because you now know that your life is in danger. So we see a situation where the police as a force has not really done what they are supposed to do. You understand? Because the idea of bringing in a suspect to the police station is to investigate the crime that the person has committed.
Okay.
And within because the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, you understand, of 2015 is saying that where a suspect has been brought to the police station, the police has an onerous duty that within the space of 24 hours or 48 hours should be able to either to allow the person to go if, there is no evidence to criminalize his action, or to take the matter to the court.
Okay.
But we find out that sometimes the police themselves, compromise on certain principles. Okay. And that is not what we are going to discuss here, because this is almost a national knowledge.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister. We'll take a short break. I'm sure that Rotarian Kanayo would like to jump on this issue because, yes, his perspective will really be critical in understanding some of these emerging social issues related to security. And this is still the Light TV show.